What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about a lot of great topics, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we're starting off with E3, third-party companies, Nintendo Switch. Will they come clean? Will they admit they were wrong? And will they reverse course on what we're going to see on the platform going forward 2021, 2022, and beyond? Because the force of the Nintendo Switch is definitely sweeping up the gaming industry along with many other things. We have crazy shakeups, right? The PlayStation 5 is off to a blazing hot start. The Xbox platform is continuing to expand with Game Pass and xCloud and services. They're doing great, and the Nintendo Switch offers a very unique and different experience with its hybrid console slash portable platform. So there's a factor, there's a niche for every single manufacturer. Heck, even looking at what some of the other companies are doing, right? When you're looking at stuff like Steam, and they've continued doing their thing. Epic Game Store is even getting into the mix, even though some people hate it and all that. So there's a variety of different niches, there's a variety of different markets that are all kind of working in unison when it comes to the gaming industry. But one thing that I want to focus on today is what's going on with the Japanese game development and the Nintendo Switch. And I think that E3 is going to be very telling to see if Sega and some of these other companies that have already admitted to multiple mistakes in terms of how they handled the Nintendo Switch at launch and support afterwards, some of them directly like Bandai Namco, then some of them indirectly like Sega. Will they reverse course on this? There's still time. And I think that's the thing that some people maybe don't realize with this. They think that I'm just trying to push some type of agenda or something like that, but it's really not. It's almost the same thing that I was saying years ago with Capcom when I was saying like, hey, give them some time. There's going to be Monster Hunter. They're going to get their games. There's no way Capcom talked to Nintendo about what they did with the Nintendo Switch and not have something or multiple things in the works. And now we're starting to get a barrage of Capcom games, which is why I was never too hard on Capcom when it came to just bashing them like some Nintendo fans were about certain things, because I knew they had projects in development. Now, I did criticize when it was needed, but at the same time, I still was like, hey guys, just give them some time. They're definitely going to have some stuff on the Nintendo Switch. Don't worry on that. And I have a multitude of videos and live streams that document that. Now, we're talking about Sega here. I think that's one of the big ones. Bandai Namco, that's one of the big ones. And Square Enix to more of a lesser degree, but them as well. We need to start seeing some of their A-tier type of teams on the platform. Now, I've talked about this multiple different times, and I think that Square Enix has done a better job of it. Obviously, Capcom is doing a great job, and a few other third-party developers have done a great job as well. But I think that we need to start seeing some of those A teams on the Nintendo Switch from Sega and from Bandai Namco. There are some notable admissions from the lineups, which I can understand. I'm not just being completely not understanding in terms of some of these developers being caught flat-footed or not thinking the Switch was going to be successful enough or not wanting to devote the other types of resources to make a Switch version and make that version very good. Like, I understand that, but I think that E3 should be the turnaround point considering what they've said before in the past. A couple years ago or so with Bandai Namco saying, hey, we kind of messed up on that. We're surprised by the Switch success. And then also Sega essentially saying, hey, we're going to move over to multi-platform development. We're starting to see stuff like Persona 5 Strikers. That's obviously multi-platform. The Yakuza series isn't on Switch yet, but they've started to make that multi-platform as well. That's on Xbox platforms too. They're doing PC as well. Not so sure about that platform coming over, but I think that it would obviously be a good idea if they could bring that one over. But we need to kind of see what they're going to do, because I think E3 is going to be very telling. Like I said, we need to see some big projects being announced. Apparently, Sega is going to have some stuff at E3. Bandai Namco should have some stuff at E3, which they're predominantly going to be marketing their games that are coming out this summer. Scarlet Nexus, obviously, and also with Tales of Arise. But I would love to see them kind of say, hey, we've got a couple other things in the works when it comes to Nintendo Switch. I think starting off with Sega, obviously Persona is a big one. There definitely needs to be some ports of the older Persona games, and I would even say some new announcements for the Switch as well. I think it would be great to see Sega kind of put some actual development time and resources into developing something unique on the Nintendo Switch platform. And I feel that Sega, with the history that it has and the bond that kind of Nintendo fans and Sega fans over the course of the decades have had with multiple different games, I think it would be a successful venture if they were able to create something unique for the platform. There is not anywhere near as many games as there should be. Like, there should at least be, I would say, from Sega, 2 to 3 uniquely made Nintendo Switch games at this point, and we don't really have any from Sega. We have ports, we have multi-platform games, but no uniquely made games for the Nintendo Switch. And of course, if they want to bring that over to other platforms, they can. So for example, a game like Monster Hunter Rise or Monster Hunter Stories 2, games that are uniquely made for the platform, the fact that Sega has nothing at this point is just a little bit disappointing, and in my opinion, should be something that Sega kind of rectifies at this upcoming E3. Maybe there's a new game announcement. I know that they had that slide back then with their investors saying like, hey, you know, we're going to do multi-platform going forward. We want to make sure that we maximize our sales. This would be a great time to actually show the investors and show the gamers out there that, yeah, you know, while we made a mistake before with the Nintendo Switch and other platforms as well, going forward, we are going to make sure that we make that nice commitment, because they've had some rough years, and Sega really shouldn't be having those rough years considering the type of IPs that they have. Sega has an incredible lineup and they have games that can do well, but the problem is that the market in terms of where they're trying to go isn't necessarily there. The people that are buying certain franchises and stuff like that are focused on other things. They've had some hits, right? That you have the Yakuza series. Obviously, Persona has done well, nowhere near as good as it should be doing, but it has done well as well. And coming off of the success of Persona 5 Strikers, 1.3 million units sold worldwide in about a year. And on top of that, you had that as a multi-platform game. If it was just on a singular platform, it would have sold way less. Obviously, it makes sense for them to continue in the same line. So hopefully we see something like a Persona 4 Golden on the Nintendo Switch at E3 announcement. That'd be great. I think last year when they announced like the Steam version or something like that. So it'd be really cool if they announced that. Also, something like Persona 3, that would be great too. Some older Shin Megami Tensei games. We have Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster, that's coming up. We also have Shin Megami Tensei 5 that's coming up, so we should hear about those games. Really, all Sega has when it comes to uniquely made for the Switch is one game, and that is Shin Megami Tensei 5. So we'll see how that kind of develops, and I do think that that game is going to be one of the better selling, if not even better selling, probably the best selling Shin Megami Tensei game of all time when it comes to pure line Shin Megami Tensei, not Persona. We should see some good stuff from them at E3 or sometime this year. So what do you guys think about this? Do you feel that some of these third parties will be coming clean when it comes to Nintendo Switch? I know I focused on Bandai Namco and Sega quite a bit because I think Sega is probably the most egregious out of the third-party developers, or one of the most egregious considering their legacy of titles and what they have and how they're literally like custom built for Switch owners out there when it comes to what Switch owners want. Not custom built as in how they make the games, but custom built in terms of the type of games that they have. It's just interesting to see how things have played out. But are there any other third-party Japanese developers you feel are going to be coming to the table with some great Nintendo Switch content at E3? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here. It looks like new Pokemon Snap is off to a pretty good start in the UK, and I would even say worldwide. Now, I talked about this before. The Amazon sales charts have new Pokemon Snap at the #1 game here in the US. It's been killing it when it comes to sales, but now we have a little bit more extra here when it comes to new Pokemon Snap. So Eurogamer actually had the article on this, and they stated that Nintendo Switch exclusive new Pokemon Snap has sold almost 3 times as many physical copies as the recently released PS5 exclusive Returnal. It was at the top of the GFK chart tracking physical games. Now remember, these don't track digital sales at all, and the digital consumption of PlayStation games is just rising higher and higher, especially with a large number of PlayStation users only having access to digital sales and not actually having a physical disc drive. So you also have to factor that in as well. Another big factor with this too is the fact that new Pokemon Snap is significantly cheaper than Returnal, because Returnal is $70 British pounds compared to the 44.99 British pounds that new Pokemon Snap is going for. So there's also that too. And if you look at it, guys, like usually PlayStation games, people are used to the PlayStation games topping the charts regardless of the install base, but it's going to be different this time around because Sony, I don't think, is shipping as many physical copies out the stores, and more people are buying digital. Heck, even people with physical PlayStation 5 disc drives sometimes still go out there and buy digital on top of people who can't even buy physical and just buy digital. So there's something to note here. There's definitely a bit of an asterisk, but what this does say is the fact that one, Returnal sales were still pretty good despite all those type of challenges, but also two, Returnal and Pokemon Snap are doing fantastic. Pokemon Snap as a spin-off type of game on the Nintendo Switch doing really good, but the install base in the UK is decent for the Nintendo Switch. It's pretty healthy for the most part. I think the PlayStation 5 will pass it up once they actually get a lot of stock and all the games start coming out normally and everything. But for right now, the Switch install base in the UK is not bad too. So another thing to note here, Game Industry Biz does say new Pokemon Snap sales aren't really comparable to the mainline games. The mainline ones do way better, but they are 2.5 times larger than Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, the last Nintendo Switch Pokemon spin-off game, and also 4 times higher than the original Pokemon Snap back on the Nintendo 64. So very good there. And if you look at the top 10, number 1 was new Pokemon Snap, number 2 was Returnal, number 3 was Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, number 4 was Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, number 5 was Animal Crossing New Horizons, number 6 was FIFA 21, number 7 was Minecraft Nintendo Switch Edition, number 8 was GTA 5, number 9 was Ring Fit Adventure, and number 10 was Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. So you have 6 of the top 10 box games are on the Nintendo Switch in terms of exclusives or on the system, that version of the system. So not bad at all, not bad at all when it comes down to it. So what do you guys think about new Pokemon Snap's big debut sales in the UK? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the final topic here, we have some more, I would say, proof or evidence or just stuff out there that maybe Samus Aran could be coming to Fortnite or was considered for Fortnite at one point. So Epic and Apple have been going head to head in a court case. This is a new one that started recently after Fortnite previously bypassed Apple's payment system so that the company wouldn't receive commission. The game was removed from the App Store. Epic was none too pleased about the move and has regularly expressed dissatisfaction with Apple taking 30% of revenue earned from the digital marketplace. Now, the start of the lawsuit has brought about a document that revealed all sorts of information about Fortnite, including plans that were either scrapped or could be happening in the future. This indicates a whole bunch of skins that have never been mentioned before. Now, Nintendo fans would be most interested in seeing that there's one page dedicated entirely to Samus Aran from Metroid. There are a bunch of other possible skins as well, including Naruto. You can see the full document. Check out the link in the description. There's a bunch of them there. Now, many have wondered about the possibility of Nintendo's collaborations with Fortnite, considering Nintendo has done bundles with Fortnite and partnered with them multiple times for various different hardware and stuff like that. So Microsoft did bring over Master Chief from Halo. Sony has Kratos from God of War and also Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn. So whether we see Samus go into the fray or not is, who knows? We don't know at this point, but it is interesting to see everything that's going down and the potential for Samus Aran potentially coming into Fortnite. Now, I'm not a big Fortnite player myself anymore. I used to play it. I do think the game is good, but I'm just not big into Fortnite anymore. But it would be cool if Samus Aran could be shooting like Master Chief, and Master Chief could be shooting Kratos and Aloy and all these different types of people. It's pretty crazy, right? That's pretty crazy, and I think that the Fortnite fans love that about the game, that the fact that you can use so many different types of characters. It's almost like the Zoomer version of Super Smash Brothers or something like that at this point. So what are your thoughts on this, guys, with all the different crossovers that's going on with Fortnite and potential crossovers? Samus, maybe? Who would like to see that? And also new Pokemon Snap sales. In addition to that, the road to E3, Sega, what's going on with the Nintendo Switch, third parties? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the links in the description. We've got Twitter. Go and give us a follow on there. Stay up to date on all the latest gaming news and information. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you can. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next one. Peace.